Hey guys, it's Ivy Joeva. I had a really beautiful moment today that really touched my heart, and I just wanted to quickly share it with you. I was driving to work in the car, stopped at a stoplight, and the woman in the car next to me just caught my eye, and I looked over and I could see that she was crying. And to be honest, in this moment, I don't even remember what she looked like, but I just remember being so struck by the beauty of this woman's raw sorrow. She was really crying. I mean, tears streaming down her face, kind of heaving sobs as she held onto the steering wheel. And we were both stopped at a stoplight, so I'm sure she composed herself a bit once this car started moving again. But it was just so moving to me to see her allow herself to just break down and surrender to what she was feeling in that moment. And what really struck me was a memory I had of a couple weeks ago. I was out with a couple girlfriends just having a girls' night, and we were out dancing. And when we left the club, we commented to one another. There were three of us, and we kept noticing women on the street crying. This have multiple women. Like as we would pass one, and one would be crying, and then less than half a mile later, significantly less than half a mile later, there was another woman crying on the side of the road. I mean, just leaning up against a storefront. And a couple of times we stopped and talked to these girls. They were quite young, kind of like college age girls. And my friends and I just were like, "What's going on, sister? Like, are you all right?" And trying to comfort them. And both girls that we stopped to connect with had the same exact reaction. They were like, "I'm okay, I'm okay," and they were trying to smile. And I kind of the doula in me came out, and I tried to kind of bear hug her, and I just was like holding this girl and like, "It's okay, sweetie, you can let it out." But she really didn't want that. She wanted to present like everything was okay. It's okay, it's okay, I'm okay. And she kind of had this, you know, false voice that she went into. And so when I saw this woman in contrast today, just really surrendering to that moment and letting herself go in the privacy of her own car, it flashed me on these girls that my friends and I had come across a couple weeks ago. And it just made me want to share with you what I saw today and how much beauty I saw in the letting go, and encourage you to maybe allow yourself to be vulnerable the next time that happens, the next time you catch yourself wanting to make everything okay. I think we do that a lot. Vulnerability is definitely something that I think most of us can create an intention around to allow ourselves to experience more often, because oftentimes it starts very young. As children, we're kind of taught to pull yourself together, stop crying. We hear that a lot. Probably less so today than in prior generations, but I know, definitely plenty of my friends and myself included have been affected by that need to stay positive, or that pressure to appear as though everything is okay. And sometimes it's easier to see from the outside how beautiful that vulnerability can be. And I highly doubt that in that moment today of her breakdown, that woman recognized how beautiful that moment was. And for me, it was so abundantly clear. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully, you won't be crying anytime soon. But if you are, just to appreciate it as part of the beauty of your rich soul. And, just one other thing I want to point out is that anytime we've been in love, obviously, one of the things that helps people fall in love, I actually saw this on a TED Talk recently. A social scientist was speaking about vulnerability and how that is what allows us to really connect with each other. And while we might be attracted initially to someone's positivity and someone's charisma and someone's physical attractiveness, what really allows love to deepen is vulnerability, is exposing pain. And that's not to say that we should connect on a level of our pain. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. We want to, beyond just healing, we want to come together in joy and laughter and fun and celebration of life. But life comes with its ups and downs, and part of that is allowing ourselves to reveal whatever truth we may be experiencing in that moment. So I just wanted to share that with you, and let me know what your thoughts on this are. If you've had a moment recently where you allowed yourself to be vulnerable and what came of it. Was it rewarding for you? Was it scary for you? It actually brings to mind a recent instance where I allowed myself to be vulnerable and I didn't get the support that I needed. And in those times, too, all the more reason to really give yourself that care that you need and really recognize how beautiful you are in those moments, even if the person next to you isn't giving you what you need. It's still an opportunity for you to acknowledge yourself and open up to all the other ways that you may be able to be supported and held and loved, because I guarantee you there are people in your life right now who would leap at the chance to do that for you. So let me know what your thoughts and experiences are. I always enjoy hearing them. Have a wonderful day or evening, and be sure to join me next time in a new world.
Living in a new world.